So here we are. The big moment has finally arrived. We are about to find out who has won the International Booker Prize 2025.
Proofreader there. In these dark days, I also want to express solidarity with our peers wherever writers, publishers, and arts institutions are under attack, wherever the freedoms we cherish are being eroded, stolen, or deliberately destroyed. From the over 200 journalists murdered in Gaza precisely because they are journalists, to Alaa Abdel Fattah, imprisoned in Egypt precisely because he dared to write, to a team of librarians fighting a book ban in Iowa precisely because books challenge power, from Sudan to Ukraine, China, Eritrea, Iran, Turkey, everywhere. Our colleagues and friends of the written word, we stand with you. That's the politics done. Only joking. The five of us started reading these books in the week of the race riots, the racist riots in this country. We are celebrating these novels in translation while far-right MPs are campaigning to ban all translated materials in public spaces. When a Prime Minister says he fears for an island of strangers, his word choice means that nobody can miss the ideas, where he's borrowing them from, and what they will mean in practice. If this were fiction, no editor in this room would allow such a caricatured assault on subtlety, truth, morality, or meaning. So what does a very beautifully written and expertly translated novel mean in the face of all this? Distraction, for starters. Pleasure. Curiosity. We read for reading's sake, proudly strolling towards the abyss with a tote bag full of books. But these books might also help a person keep faith, not just in art, but in us, in the species. Translated literature is a way of communicating over a border, under a wall, beyond an algorithm's reach. We therefore need it, more than ever, those of us that believe in the migration of people, languages, ideas, and feelings. In these books, we search for and find news of the human elsewhere. Sometimes it delights us, but crucially, also it upsets us, as we inevitably upset one another. Books might offer escapism, but we cannot escape. Novels are often described as empathy machines, and that may well be true, but they don't get us off the hook. They cannot be empathetic for us. This curious, special relationship we have with books needs examining, which is one of the things this vital internationalist prize allows its judges and its readers to do. We are invited to think differently. Tonight, the guest of honor is fiction itself. In a world of screaming arguments, fiction holds its ambiguous nerve. It is waiting for its bespoke critical partner, its weird accomplice, you. The novel needs a thoughtful collaborator in order to mean anything, and to mean something completely different every time it is read, and reread, and reread. These 6 books are remystification devices for mindless times. These 6 books are about how we really listen to one another, what we buy, how we style our existence, how we examine what we've inherited, how we deconstruct or luxuriate in the traps we're in, how we forgive, mourn, and worship, how we document time or formulate expressions of care, what we do when we're stuck, how terrified, how heartbroken we are, how it feels to lose control or gain it, what it means to be in a body with power or powerless, what it means to be translated from ourselves into the thoughts and feelings of another. Our winning book is profoundly exciting, in the line and across its whole. The decisions the translator makes are radical and generative, and the reader experiences these decisions viscerally. Our winning book shifts our perspective. It teaches us to listen, and it gives voice to the voiceless. The winner of the International Booker Prize 2025 is Heart Lamp by Banu Mushtaq, translated by Deepa Basti.
Good evening, esteemed judges, fellow authors, and beloved readers across the world. If I may borrow a phrase from my own culture, this moment feels like 1,000 fireflies lighting up a single sky, brief, brilliant, and utterly collective. To even stand among these extraordinary finalists is an honor to me. I will never forget, and I accept this great honor not as an individual, but as a voice raised in chorus with so many others. I am happy for the entire world, which is full of diversity and inclusiveness. I am happy for myself and my translator, Deepa Basti. This is more than a personal achievement. It is an affirmation that we as individuals and as a global community can thrive when we embrace diversity, celebrate our differences, and uplift one another. Together, we create a world where every voice is heard, every story matters, and every person belongs. First, to the Broker Prize Committee, thank you for recognizing stories that dare to bridge boards. To my relentless team, my visionary literary agent, Kanishka Gupta, who believed in this book before it had a heartbeat, my translator, Deepa Bhasti, who turned my words into bridges, and my publishers, especially Penguin Random House and to other stories, Tara and Stefan, as sailing across languages and borders. This is your victory too, and my family, friends, and readers, you are the soil where my stories grow. This book is my love letter to the idea that no story is local, that a tale born under a banyan tree in my village can cast shadows as far as this stage tonight. To every reader who journeyed with me, you have made my Kannada language a shared home. It is a language that sings of resilience and nuance. To write in Kannada is to inherit a legacy of cosmic wonder and earthly wisdom. This book was born from the belief that no story is ever small, that in the tapestry of human experience, every thread holds the weight of the whole. In a world that often tries to divide us, literature remains one of the lost sacred spaces where we can live inside each other's minds, if only for a few pages. To every reader who trusted me with their time, thank you for letting my words wander into your heart. Tonight is not an end point, it is a torch passed. May it light the way for more stories from unheard corners, more translations that defy borders, and more voices that remind us the universe fits inside every eye. Thank you from the depths of my soul. Thank you.
Eldrigu namaskara. Hello everyone. I'm not sure what just happened. I did not want to jinx our chances of winning by writing a speech, but then I knew if Heart Lamp was called, I would very likely freeze on stage and have the stage fright that I've never had in my life and make an utter fool of myself. So I dared to make some notes, and it's also why I'm reading from my phone instead of from a nice piece of elegant paper. Notes titled just in case. The story of the world, if you really think about it, is a history of erasures. It is characterized by the effacement of women's triumphs and the furtive rubbing away of collective memory of how women and those on the many margins of this world live and love. This prize is a small win in a long, ongoing battle against such violences. Elsewhere, there is erasure in the media and people's understanding of works of literature, of translators, and the work we do to bring what would otherwise be unread, uncelebrated texts to new and very different sets of readers. Which is why it is so heartening that the International Booker celebrates and places both writers and writer-translators on the same page, so to speak. Thank you, first and foremost, to the International Booker judges for loving these stories and my translation of them. And what a win this is for my beautiful language. Jenina holeyo, halina maleyo, sudheyo kannada savinudiyo goes a song in Kannada. It calls the Kannada language a river of honey, a rain of milk, and compares it to sweet ambrosia. Kannada is one of the oldest languages on earth, and I'm ecstatic that this will hopefully lead to a greater interest in reading and writing and translating more and from the language, and by extension from and into the magical languages we have in South Asia. Thank you to my incredible editor, Tara Tobler, for sprinkling gold dust over my work. Thank you to the dream team and Other Stories, to Stefan, to Michael, and the others, as also to the wonderful people back home at Penguin Random House India, to Mautushi, Millie, and the others. Thank you to my wonderful, wonderful agent, Kanishka Gupta, for absolutely everything. I think the last few months would have been unmanageable without you. To Priya, Matthew, and Farali, friends, old and new, to Sharanya, thank you for the grace, thank you for the sisterhood. Thank you to my parents, Sudha and Prakash, who don't always understand what I do or why I do what I do, but they cheer me on nonetheless. And most importantly, my husband, Nan, the greatest love of my life. I miss you. I so wish he was here tonight. Thank you so much. I don't know what I would have done without you. Thank you, everyone.